As of 2023, hearing loss is the fourth most common VA claim. Studies have shown that veterans are 30% more likely than non veterans to have severe hearing impairment. And veterans who served after September 2001 are four times more likely than non veterans to have severe hearing issues.
So, Ethan, once service connected, VA must rate hearing loss based on the severity of the condition, right? And the truth is that VA usually assigns, unfortunately, low ratings for hearing loss. Although, as we'll discuss, hearing loss ratings can go from a 0% to a 100%. We typically see 0% or 10% ratings in our practice. But even with a low rating, it's important that hearing loss get service connected if the condition exists because it can open up access to healthcare benefits or provide a pathway to TDIU and SMC benefits. It can also be combined with other service connected conditions to increase a veteran's overall combined rating.
Yeah, but hearing loss claims do have some unique steps. So in this video, we thought we'd kind of run through some of the most important things to know about hearing loss claims. I'm Ethan Muckelbauer, and I'm a lead advocate and attorney here at CCK.
And I'm Mike Listrito, and I'm a managing attorney here at CCK. When it comes to required VA testing for hearing loss, VA requires two different tests to be conducted by a licensed audiologist. The first test is what's known as a Maryland CNC test. This speech discrimination test measures the ability for a person to understand words. The second test is known as a pure tone test, and this test really is meant to determine how well a veteran can detect the faintest tones at different frequencies. These two tests combined, as we'll talk about, allow VA to rate and examine the veteran's hearing loss condition.
Yeah, so VA actually uses a formula to rate hearing loss, and they take the test results from both the speech discrimination test and the pure tone test to come up with the disability rating. So first they come up with the average of the pure tone test for each ear, and then those averages, along with the speech discrimination scores, are used to assign a Roman numeral or a specific number for each ear to determine how severe it is. VA then cross-references those Roman numerals for each ear to assign the overall disability percentage. So it compares the better ear on a horizontal axis with the more severe ear on a vertical axis to find how those two intersect, and that's what they use to assign the rating. It's important to note, though, that VA solely uses these tests to assign a rating for hearing loss disabilities.
Tinnitus is another condition affecting a veteran's ear that can be service connected. Tinnitus just simply means a ringing in the ear. It is separate from hearing loss and therefore, as a result, can be service connected and rated separately from a veteran's service connected hearing loss. I know in our practice, we have seen many instances of this. One comes to mind recently where we had a veteran who was a mechanic and he worked on loud turbines in service. And doing the same job day after day resulted in a ringing in his right ear. And as a result of that, the veteran filed a claim, was able to get service connected for the condition of tinnitus. Now, as I said, this is a separate rating from hearing loss, though it impacts the ear and perhaps the veteran's ability to hear out of that ear. Ratings for tinnitus are kind of uniquely rated. The max rating for tinnitus is a 10% rating. And despite the fact that a veteran may have tinnitus in both their ears, they can only receive one rating of a max of 10% for the condition on the whole. Other conditions, just to be aware of, impacting veterans' ears beyond strictly hearing loss and tinnitus include things such as Meniere's disease, vertigo, a perforated eardrum, perhaps, and acoustic neuromas.
Yeah, something else to note about tinnitus too is that veterans can actually diagnose themselves, unlike a lot of other conditions. So you are able to report that you're currently suffering from tinnitus. Moving on to total hearing loss. If you have total hearing loss in both ears, you can actually receive additional compensation beyond what the 100% scheduler rating provides. This is called special monthly compensation, or SMC, and this pays out in addition to whatever you're receiving for your scheduler percentage benefits. So the rating criteria actually awards additional benefits if you have total hearing loss in both ears. Specifically, it rates it under SMCK, And this will provide additional monthly benefits based on the complete loss of hearing in both ears. Again, this is assigned automatically if you already have a Scheduler 100% rating for hearing loss. You do not have to submit an additional claim for it. VA should assign it automatically.
Yeah, and Ethan, as we were talking about a few moments ago, veterans can receive either a non-compensable 0% or all the way up to a 100% rating for hearing loss based on severity. The good news is, despite the fact that VA unfortunately often underrates, at least initially, veterans who have hearing loss, veterans have the ability to file new claims or file appeals if they believe that their hearing loss isn't properly rated or has increased in severity over time. It's important to note that VA's rating system, though, is designed to objectively measure the severity of the veteran's hearing loss based on test results. And so, as you were talking about a moment ago, despite the fact that veterans can submit lay evidence, they can submit a buddy statement, all testifying to the severity of their hearing loss, really, in actuality, it's going to be tough to achieve a higher rating unless there is a VA exam or other exam, hearing exam, that can objectively measure the things that we were discussing a few moments ago, which VA looks for to determine based on their horizontal and vertical chart what the appropriate rating is for the condition. So my best advice would be, sure, submit the lay statement, sure, submit medical evidence, but oftentimes we find success where veterans are able to request a new exam. And they can get a new exam, they can show that their condition has changed and worsened over time. All right, I think that is a good place to stop. If you've liked this video, please give us a like. As always, visit our website, cck-law.com, and please follow us on YouTube. Thanks all, and have a good one.
Thank you.